Hayes Jr., age 49 of Coleman, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Spirit Life Church of God. Tim Herron and Andrew Ball officiate. Mr. Hayes passed away Wednesday at UAB Medical Center. Funeral services for Morris Latham, age 83 of Coleman, will be at 2 p.m. today at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel. The Reverend Keith Whitley officiating. Interment in Brooklyn Methodist Cemetery. Coleman Funeral Home directing. Mr. Latham passed away yesterday at Coleman Long-Term Care and Rehab. Visitation will be from 1 to 2 p.m. today at the funeral home. Services will follow. Funeral services for Audrey Granny Mac McDowell, age 92 of Coleman, are incomplete and will be announced later by Coleman Funeral Home. Ms. McDowell died yesterday at Coleman Regional Medical Center. Funeral services for Jerry C. Canaday, age 66 of Sevierville, Tennessee, formerly of Hansville, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Hansville Funeral Home Chapel. Jason Griffiths officiates burial in Bethlehem East Cemetery. Hansville Funeral Home directing. Mr. Canaday passed away on Tuesday at his residence. Visitation 9 to 11 a.m. Saturday at the funeral home. Funeral services for Joyce LaRue Phillips, age 69 of Coleman, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Mount Olive Church. Jason Pilot and Scott Campbell will officiate burial in the church cemetery. Moss service in charge. Ms. Phillips passed away Wednesday at her residence. Visitation will be 6 to 9 p.m. tonight. Those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Premier Bank presents Today on 2. Welcome to our program, broadcasting live at channel2coleman.com and, of course, all day long on the same website. Paige is here. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day outside.
Every day you're here to co-host. It's a beautiful day.
What a coincidence. No.
Evidently, your prayers work.
Maybe
You're
so.
Praying for nice days all the time.
Maybe so.
And we do need a nice day today, so let's check the weather forecast and see what's going on. The weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. Here's the almanac for the 2nd of August. The average high temperature, 92. The average low is 66. The record high, 102, set back in 1932. The record low, 53 in 1997. Sunset this evening, 7:47. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. The satellite picture shows you quite a bit of rain and storm activity around the country, and even more moving through the south, at least south of us. There's the picture for the southeast. Here's our forecast for today. Maybe a little patchy fog, otherwise it'll be a beautiful sunny day today with a high of 89, partly cloudy tonight, low of 67 tomorrow. Showers in the morning, and then sunshine returns with a high of 91, and the temperature to remain around 90 degrees for the next several days, with, as always, a chance of those little pop-up showers that come and go throughout the summertime. That's our weather forecast, and the reason we said we're looking for nice weather today, a lot of things going on in Coleman.
A lot of things going on in Coleman today, yes.
We have Celebrate Coleman in the downtown area.
That's right, and that will be tonight from 4 to 9. That's in downtown Coleman, and you can make contact with thousands of people, and I'm sure that I don't know, maybe if your business, church, organization is still looking for a booth, you can still contact April Metrock or Heather Gudger for last minute booth options. So, but yeah, that'll be tonight from 4 to 9. So everyone go out and support our downtown merchants.
And 2 stages of entertainment. There will be one in the little parking area across from Berkeley Bob's and Moe's Barbecue, and then the stage at Fest Hall.
That's right.
Will have entertainment. Wow. And also people coming from around the country for a big archery tournament.
That's right. The archery tournament will be this week, this whole weekend, not just tonight.
Yeah, they started, was it yesterday or they start today?
Yesterday. They started yesterday.
And they go through?
They go through Sunday.
Through Sunday,
So.
yeah. Several hundred archers.
Yes.
Some potential Robin Hoods will be coming or are already in Coleman for a big tournament.
That's right.
And so, yeah, a lot of things going on. Good weekend to be in Coleman, Alabama. Let's check our Facebook friend of the day for today.
All right, our Facebook friend of the day is Kristen Arbit, and she likes the beach and watching Duck Dynasty. So thank you, Kristen, for being our Facebook friend of the day. And if you would like to be our Facebook friend of the day, all you need to do is log on to Facebook and friend us. We're Channel 2 Coleman.
That seems kind of an interesting contrast, doesn't it? The beach and Duck Dynasty.
I guess so.
I wonder if Duck Dynasty ever goes to the beach.
Maybe they'll do a special on
It's
that.
hard to imagine. Hard to imagine those guys at the beach.
Right.
And I mentioned yesterday, and we'll give you the details on Monday, but starting on Monday, we will give away a daily prize to our Facebook friend of the day.
That's right.
So we'll tell you about that on Monday. This is Friday. That's Politics. Who's our guest today?
We have Senator Paul Bussman with us today.
And he'll be here with our entire political panel. We'll be back after this break and do our Know Your Merchant ads and give away some prizes.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
We continue with Today on 2, and we'll attempt to give away some prizes for today. Let's see, on Friday we have coffee from Gelato Joe's in the Warehouse District. We also have KSW colored salt, which is available at Gelato Joe's and Rumor's Deli. And then we also have those 2 big cupcakes from Frosting's Bakery. Those are the prizes we have for today. We'll ask you a question about one of our ads, so let's look at some of our merchant ads for today. And today we start off with Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, sandwich plates, ribs, salads, and more, homemade sides every day, located inside the Berlin Quick Stop on Highway 278.
And the crew at Earl's Body Shop wants to remind you to move over for all emergency vehicles. Earl's Body Shop offers large and small towing, local or long distance. You can visit them on the web at earlsbodyshop.com.
Parents and teachers, you don't have to drive out of town. All your supplies are available right here at the Teacher Supply. Leah Hoffpower is the owner of the business, located across from the Coleman Cemetery.
And the Triple Berry Brownie Blizzard is the blizzard of the month this month at Dairy Queen. It has strawberry, raspberry, and all kinds of berries mixed in with chocolate chunks.
Boy, that's about perfect, isn't it?
It is.
Here's a new business, Be Fit, now open. Change your life and your body, located right next door to Renard's Gallery and Gifts.
And diabetic shoes now available at Gordon Family Pharmacy. This is the Dr. Comfort brand. It's the finest quality diabetic footwear, period, and you can visit them on the web at gordonmarketshop.com.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, where you'll find regular, big, and tall size men's clothing, always available. And you can even have custom-made suits and sport coats at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Tires for Less is more than just tires. They offer oil changes, minor engine repairs, and shocks and brakes repairs. Come and see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less. They're on 2nd Avenue on Highway 31.
And Cotton State Barns of Cullman, located on Highway 278 West, just past the interstate, making carports, play sets, utility trailers, and storage buildings you can buy or rent to own. And there we go with some of our merchant ads. Can I be a little tricky today?
Of course.
If I say Phelan, which advertiser do you think of? You know that one?
Yes.
Okay. Then we'll use that for our question for today. Which advertiser is in Phelan? 256-734-7399 is our phone number. And you can win coffee from Gelato Joe's, KSW Colored Salt, and of course 2 of those cupcakes from Frosting's Bakery. And while we wait for a phone call, we'll look at Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hello, I'm Zach Wood with Premier Bank. Today's Money Matters topic is debit cards. A debit card, also known as a bank card or check card, is a great tool that provides electronic access to your bank account anytime, day or night. Unlike a credit card, payments using a debit card are immediately transferred from your account. Debit cards also allow for instant withdrawal of cash, acting as the ATM card. For more information about debit cards, stop by your local bank today.
And we're ready to go with our phone calls for today. Hello, who's calling?
This is Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. From where are you calling?
Coleman.
From Coleman. Okay. If I say Phelan, which business are we talking about?
Sonny Mullen's Body Shop.
Mullen's Body Shop. You got that right. Located in beautiful downtown Phelan. Stay on the line, Sybil. Thanks for calling in. Yes, Mullen's Body Shop. Let's look at their ad and the rest of our merchant ads right now. There we go, Mullen's Body Shop. Over 50 years they've been doing auto body repair and towing. You can still count on them each and every day. Mullen's Body Shop.
And Brown & Company Beverages, they're a specialty wine and beer store. They have a beer cave, barware, and specialty items. A large variety of domestics and imports. That's at Brown & Company Beverages.
All it takes is charisma and Doug Doggett Jewelers. Women change hairstyles, clothes, and their minds. Now they can change jewelry to match with charisma.
Deb's Bookstore is your hometown bookstore just down the road. Browsers are welcome and gift certificates are available. Their used books are half price every day and new books are just 20% off every day at Deb's Bookstore.
Night Free Insurance, located on 1st Avenue Southeast, providing insurance coverage for people in Coleman County for over 3 generations.
And Grand Point Pharmacy. This is they have arthritis and fibromyalgia lotion and soaps to tackle your toughest aches and pains, swelling in joints, tendons, and muscles. That's at Grand Point Pharmacy.
Fitness opportunities available at the Wellness and Aquatic Center. They have the full fitness center with weights, cardio, and professional training, aerobic and cycling classes. They have it all.
And Baldwin Counseling Center, having problems, need to talk, or want privacy? Well, Dr. Howard Rogers is the person to call. He offers weight loss, individual and family counseling, even lifestyle coaching at Baldwin Counseling Center.
And Auto Tech, located in Vinemont on County Road 1354. They do transmission repair, brake repair on both foreign and domestic automobiles. That is Auto Tech. And those are the merchant ads we have. Now it's time to check our birthdays and anniversaries. Who's celebrating a birthday on the 2nd of August?
Well, on this Friday, we have Amanda Shavers Davis, we have Jeff Underberg, April Blevins, Josh Wiggins, and Jim Ryans celebrating a birthday. And on Saturday, Katie Watson and Lisa Morton celebrate. And on Sunday, Kenneth Robertson, Rita Dean, and Ken Brown celebrate. And now it's time to draw for our ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Okay, our weekly birthday cake winner is Donald Nelson, and I think his birthday was yesterday.
Well, happy
When's the birthday
Donald.
cake from Dairy Queen? We did have an anniversary this week, and we announced that the other day. Coming up next, we'll have our community billboards and the weather.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. And mark your calendars, the 8th annual tax holiday for school supplies begins today at 12 o'clock. All school-related items will be tax-free. Be sure to shop local. And ARAB's 2nd annual car show will be held on Saturday, August the 3rd. It's at the Community Center in City Park. Free admission and entrance fee is only $20. And the Coleman City Schools Child Find Campaign. This Child Find Campaign is a statewide effort by the State Department of Education and the Department of Rehabilitation Services to identify and evaluate children with disabilities from birth to age 21. For more information, please call 734-2233. And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. If you have a billboard that your organization would like to advertise, please send it to channel2coleman@gmail.com. Fax it to 734-7680 or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
Our weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. It will be sunny today with a high of 89. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 67. Maybe a little rain tomorrow morning, otherwise sunny with a high of 91.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. That's the projected number of job openings for trained welders this decade. That's the potential salary for welders trained the Wallace State way with the latest robotic technology for manufacturing. Who will you be? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
And now, that's Politics Panel. Tom Burleson, Tom Drake, and myself. We want to welcome Senator Paul Bussman. Thank you, Senator, for coming to visit us.
Good to be here again. Good to be here.
Well, it's interesting times we've got going here. I don't want to spend the majority of the time talking about this issue, but the Coleman County Superintendent of County Schools, Billy Coleman, is involved in a situation involving a prayer caravan, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation threatening basically a lawsuit. It seems like that, boy, government gets into your face a lot, doesn't it, when it comes to these different religions, these different churches and groups and such, and there's a lot of threatening going on. But I guess I've never seen a prayer caravan until the past few years, you know. So, I don't know. Give us your take on this situation and your thoughts.
Well, unfortunately, you know, people are trying to force their views on the people of this state. The federal government's been doing it for a long time. You know, the Supreme Court's not helping us with their same-sex marriage decision. You know, the continued argument over prayer in schools is going to be a problem, and I think that we as a legislature are going to have to really look at that to try to limit the federal government's intervention in that part of our state. And so I'll be meeting with Luther Strange here in the next couple weeks and to try to figure out if there's anything we can do to work through the system to make it better where we don't have to worry about this anymore. I mean, to stop people from praying for their kids at a school, that they have a good school year and they have a safe school year, and that the teachers are giving these kids a quality education. I mean, to say that's a bad thing is almost insane. So we'll continue to fight it, and we've seen this on a regular basis from the federal government, and we're just going to have to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah. Somebody got to get a hold of the Supreme Court.
Well, and you know, people don't realize when we vote for the president, there comes the Supreme Court nominees, and
right.
Unfortunately, sometimes we get people that are not as conservative as we are in Alabama, and this is the result of that.
Mr. Drake, you have some thoughts. You've said you've researched this issue.
Well, only thing I say is that separation of church and state in the Constitution of the United States.
What specifically does it say, Tom? I'm trying to remember where it addresses that.
Well, it'd be a separation, church and state. That's basically what it said.
Yeah. Well, this thing can be argued till the cows come home, I know. But eventually, if it goes to the courts, it'll be resolved then, and maybe just go on continuously. I don't know. But let's talk about it.
Well, I'll say this. There's a lot of cases already on the books having to do with this very thing in the state of Alabama. You've got the Roy Moore thing, similar. You got the Bob James thing, similar. You got the Lauderdale County thing up here is very similar. So it's all very similar, and we already got them on the book, had them on the book for years.
But I would say that doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Even though we have had decisions made by the courts that are statute now and are precedents, that we've got to figure out a way to change that and to make it where it needs to be, in my opinion.
Well, I think basically everybody in this area here would be for prayer of any kind,
Yeah. But the courts are different, aren't they?
They are.
Let's talk for a few minutes about your campaign. You've restarted your re-election campaign, right, Paul?
I did. We had an announcement Thursday about 2 weeks ago. Went very well. We're very excited. We think we've got a lot of things in the works right now that I feel we need to continue. If we have 3 or 4 Senate seats turn over, then we're back in gridlock in the state Senate, and we still got a lot of things that are not completed that we need to get completed to help Alabama. And so I feel like it's in that I need to go back for at least another 4 years to see if we can complete those tasks that we've got started.
What are some things that you feel need to be addressed, the things that haven't been completed? What are some of the issues?
Well, I still think we've got some ethics issues that need to be completed. I still think we've got some efficiency measures that need to be taken care of. We've got large departments that still need to be made more efficient. We've done that in several departments. We did public safety this last time. You look at the road department, transportation department, that bureaucracy is a monster. We worked on the fleet management, those type things to save the state of Alabama millions and millions of dollars. And those are the kind of things, if we are not in favor of raising taxes, that we have to start doing. We have to make those departments efficient, where it doesn't cost as much money to run them. That way we don't have to have as much money from the citizens to make sure it runs.
Go ahead, Tom.
But your budget's going to have to be increased because of the amount of policemen that's got to be supplied for education. And also your same-sex marriage is going to increase, isn't it?
Well, we'll see about those numbers. I'm not sure how the same-sex marriage is going to affect the state of Alabama, but we've been able so far in being conservative in our budgets, where we've been able to fund all the officers that we've needed, and I think that'll happen. That's a priority for us. There are other things in the budget that aren't necessarily priority that we can still whittle down a little bit, but those are.
But it still will be an extra cost, won't it?
Oh yeah, there is, and then it takes money out of other departments when you have to supply that resource to keep our kids safe. And unfortunately, again, in this country, we've gotten into a position where people just do some stupid stuff to innocent people, and we've got to try to do everything we can to protect them.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the right to carry? They're talking about the new gun law and such.
I think the new gun law is going to be very helpful. It clears up a lot of the muddy water that was there. When we have people, especially from Coleman, that have to drive to Birmingham and Huntsville at night to work, and we have a fair number of people that do that, the employer could have asked them if they've got a gun in their vehicle, and they could have terminated them. Now they can still have a gun in their vehicle and not be terminated, which I think is very important just as a safety issue for them traveling back and forth. The other things are, the sheriff in some counties was using their ability to offer permits, and they were discriminating against people. And so we cleaned that up where they can't discriminate anymore. And there's several other very good parts. If businesses don't want somebody carrying a pistol into their business, then all they have to do is post a sign. and that will protect their entrance. The concealed is still pretty much the same. We've had teenagers that were driving adult parents' cars that had a gun in the car in the past that could have been arrested because they don't have a permit. Now that's cleaned that up. So I think there's a lot of good things about it. There's some things we're going to have to watch very closely. One of the concerns I have is when you have people that are now allowed just to carry a gun. Sometimes that increases their braveness,
right?
And that is a concern of mine, that we don't start having issues with
right.
people that would have walked away now don't walk away because they feel like they're empowered by the weapon that they're carrying. So those are the things we have to watch. But I think for the most part it cleaned up a lot of muddy water, and I think it's very important that we understand the Constitution very clearly says we have the right to bear arms.
Do you feel the legislature, Paul, is moving along with this position and plans to again opting out from Obamacare to provide something similar, or to handle Medicare and Medicaid, in Alabama? Where are we on that chart, so to speak?
Well, over the last session, we reformed Medicaid completely, which is going to be a tremendous savings to the state. Millions and millions of dollars will be saved by that reform. And I think we're seeing the problems with implementing Medicaid by what the federal government has had to do by backing off of it. It's easy to sit back and for us in politics to make a decision and to make a law or to pass a mandate, but then when you start getting down into the nuts and bolts and details of it, it becomes a lot more difficult to implement some of those things. And I think that's what they're seeing right now, is the implementation is going to be very difficult. And until they get their act together as far as what we need to do, then I think the state of Alabama will continue to opt out of Obamacare until we can have a very clear picture of what our responsibilities are going to be to put that into place.
What all this boils down to, it seems like, in my opinion, is does a U.S. citizen have a right to have health care? If he can't afford it, still have it available. Is that a basic right, do you think?
I don't know if it's a right or not, but I think that we in America have always agreed that we're going to take care of those that are less fortunate than we are. And whether Obamacare is the way to do that or not, I'm not sure. I think one of the problems that we have had over the past many years is the government has started taking over all the responsibility to care for people, whereas the community used to do that.
Yeah.
Many years ago, if somebody was in need in the community would step forward and help that person. Now it's not that way anymore. The community steps back and says, let the government handle it. And that's not a good thing, in my opinion, for me as a citizen and for you as a citizen that should be caring for our neighbor to not do that. And it takes some of the benefit away from you when you give. There's a certain feeling you get when you give out of concern as opposed to need, or as opposed to a mandate. When you're not able to do that, I think that hurts the whole community.
Paul, we're out of time. I'm sorry, but boy, howdy. A lot of things to talk about. We'll have to get you back later.
Hey, anytime. We've always got a lot to talk about.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
What do they don't do? That's politics.
Did a good job. Yeah.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook.
Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat